You know what I want to spin off of that concept, this constant state of preparation. And we're looking at an unusual times here. It just I've been listening to all of the shows today and the news reports, and the Big Ten is shutting down for the fall. Obviously, you've probably heard the Pac-12. You there yourselves in Nevada, as in California, the fall sports season's being pushed back. I believe you guys are pushed back all the way till February, is it?
Yeah, they're. I mean, I don't know how you want to dive into it right now, but they're pushing everything to the first of the year. So they're
Okay.
going to go. As athletic director, I need to be up on all this stuff too. So they're going to start with winter sports first of the year. Hopefully, everything's hopefully. We'll start with a shortened season for winter, six
Sure.
weeks. Then we'll roll into fall sports. They'll wedge in between winter and spring. So we'll have a 6-week fall season with
Okay.
football, soccer, volleyball, cross country, all that.
Okay.
And then they'll come back at the tail end and bring spring back in for another 6-week season. So just condensing everything down, trying to give these kids as much of an opportunity as possible, and
Sure.
postponing it till then, so that we don't get in the scenario of starting and stopping and starting and stopping,
Right.
based on, that, hey, we've got to get it time to figure itself out. And hopefully by that time we'll have somewhat of a direction or minimizing of the impact of the virus, and hopefully
Okay.
we can just start these seasons and finish them,
And go.
without having to flip the switch on and off.
Yeah, that's troubling when you have to think about doing that, as much as these kids have been yin-yanged around a little bit. And speaking of which, speaking of the kids, what has it done to their psyche, and what have you been able to do as a school, as a program, as a football program, to get kids and keep them engaged and keep their hopes up in terms of really being able to have? I'm thinking about some of the seniors, as I'm sure you do all the time.
Right.
And
Yeah.
this is their last shot. There's no red shirt for these kids. So they either play or they don't. So what has been their mindset, and what kinds of things have you done as a program, as a coach, to keep them engaged?
Yeah, we our spring, I'll go all the way back to our spring, because this thing really hit, at the tail end of winter and the beginning of spring.
Yes.
And we had our spring schedule all scheduled out of what we wanted to install, how we wanted to go about the spring, what we wanted to accomplish, strength and agility wise. And we did a quick transition to just online installs.
Okay.
And just provided the kids some, programs as far as strength programs or lifting programs and running programs that they would have to do on their own. Of course, we couldn't monitor them.
Yeah.
But we had pretty good buy-in and pretty good turnout on our Zoom platform,
Okay.
where we would just run through installs and go through just some, intuitive aspects, and have the kids just visualize themselves. We would even I would sit there and kind of announce, a series,
Right.
and just run through some defensive and offensive stuff, catch up on some film review that maybe we didn't get to, last year.
Uh-huh.
And it was very helpful, because we were able to, as we transitioned into the summer, when there was some relaxation of the directives from our governor here, we were able to start, getting some kids together and working out a little bit, and getting on the field. And you could tell that the kids who had attended those online sessions were picking up on stuff pretty quick.
Yeah.
And the kids that weren't were a little bit lost. But anyway, so that was beneficial. And the kids were excited to see each other. Of
Yeah.
course, working within the parameters that we were forced to work under, it was all stuff that was done on air. And there was no one-on-one competition or any type of, 7-on-7. There was nothing where the kids were actually being physically competitive with each other.
Right.
We had to do everything. We had to do everything on air. And when we would go inside and do stuff, we would have to be masked or maintain 6 feet of distance, which, is difficult, but you just have to keep constant reminders to the kids. So we went through all the check-in procedures. The kids were fired up to see each other and fired up to get to work. And, we were one of the few programs, being that we're not part of the school district.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have the same restrictions as some of the district schools. So we actually had a camp put together to go to Utah.
Oh,
So we were able to get up to go to camp at a small high school camp in Utah. It was just us and two other teams, a host
okay.
team and another team from Utah.
Okay.
But, there were no restrictions in Utah. The kids were able to be physical and actually, get in some actual football work, which was great for us.
Sure.
As young as we are. But then it kind of, as soon as we got back, of course, we were going to give the kids a week and a half off, and then we were going to roll right into our preseason work. But unfortunately, as soon as we got back, the gates dropped and really everything got shut down.
Yeah.
And then, season started getting postponed and shoved back. So, it's been a little difficult. I haven't had a whole lot of contact with our kids since then. We try and stay in communication, through our communication portals. I've got a light sensor here, David.
I'm just thinking it's just the angels and heavens just pouring.
Yeah, the halo just came
and there's
on.
nothing wrong with that. It's better than having a globe. I'm gonna tell you that.
Okay,
you look angelic.
Thank you. So, I haven't really had any personal contact with the kids since then. But we stay in communication through our communication portal. I try and send out some motivational stuff.
Yes.
And keep them informed of what we're doing behind the scenes as coaches. Keep them excited about, hey, we're preparing to have a season, and some good things in the mix, and we've got a great parent group that helped with all through the summer with various things, and they help continue with fundraising and stuff like that.
Sure.
We're doing what we can do to the maximum we can do it, and as efficient as we can do it, while at the same time learning how to do it in this new world that we're forced to live in at this time.
No doubt about it. And I think about you because I know that, you're literally wearing a couple hats as the head football coach and then also as the athletic director. I feel for you because I've been in both of those seats, not at the same time, and I never had to do it in this kind of time where everything is just up and down and back and forth. So I feel for you, and I really give you a great deal of a compliment in terms of just handling and weathering the storm, so to speak.